I want to talk shit for a little while. Okay, so I've been seeing, right, a lot of videos from women, white women talking shit about Meghan Markle and black women having their retort about the video. And here's my take, right? I'm feeling Meghan Markle. I never really gave her a thought or two until I started watching her show, okay? First off, I didn't know old girl could cook, okay? She can really cook. I like her. She reminds me of some of my cousins that are biracial. And it's the same thing, right? When you have a black mother, that makes all the difference, right? So that's probably the reason why Harry liked her. I hope I got the husband's name right, because I liked Princess Diana. I didn't really remember her kids' names like that. I'm sorry, right? Because when I was younger, Princess Diana was the thing. Like, even all of us in Queens Village, where I grew up, we all got our hair cut like her. We had got the little flip in our hair and the short bob, and we just love Princess Diana. So, but anyway, I like Meghan. Matter of fact, I like all Meghans that are in show business. I like my Megan Fox. I like Megan Good, despite y'all getting on her ass about marrying that piece of trash. But, you know, that's another conversation. So, Megan Fox, Megan Good, Megan Thee Stallion, that is my favorite. And then we also have, am I missing a Megan? Meghan Markle, right? If I got all of them, am I missing any? Because there's a lot of Megans out there doing their thing. Yeah, I got them all. All right, so listen. I watched the show a couple of weeks ago, right? When it first came out, I was curious, right? Because I didn't really follow her. I did see when she went to Africa. I thought that was amazing. I liked her temperance, right? Like she just oozes, not nobility, but she oozes etiquette. She oozes, I gotta get the right word for it, not just etiquette, but she has a type of, like, I did say temperance, right? She has that. She has an allure about her, and it has nothing to do with her beauty or anything like that. It has to do with her personality, right? Because when I watched it, I just laid down on the couch and I watched the episode where she had her little Asian friend over, and she talked about how they became friends because of the show she used to be on. Now, mind you, I do not know anything about this woman besides the fact that she is a biracial black woman that married the prince from England or UK, whatever you want to call it, right? Or London, whatever, right? England. And everybody's upset because they mad that a black woman became the princess, and they don't really know the history of the crown, because if they did, they would not be giving that crown any respect, because they have nothing but blood, misery, slavery, and indentured servitude on the crown from everywhere from India all the way to the most remote parts of Africa, right? So there is no honor in the crown, because there's so many Indian people who have lost their lives to that crown. African people from all over Africa, because there is no such thing as the Middle East. You're either in the continent of Africa or you're in the continent of Asia. So anyway, that crown is wicked. It has a lot of dead souls on it, and that queen wasn't the greatest person in the world. But I digress, right? So when I saw her in Africa, and I saw how great and gracious she was, you know, to receive all of the honor she was given, she looked like she wanted to really be there. Okay? And when I was watching her in the show, in the episode I saw, the very first episode I saw how comfortable she was with just being herself. Like, she wasn't trying to put on airs to pretend to be like she was somebody she wasn't. I like the fact that she was always mentioning her mom, number one. And she always mentioned her kids. She didn't mention her husband that much, every now and then, but she was doing the things that me, being a black woman, being raised by a black mother, she was doing the things that are typical to black women raised by black women. Like, her whole thing was about, she wanted to, even though she didn't call her food soul food, right? Soul food for black women is to make dishes made from love, right? That's the whole part of it being called soul food. You make dishes that you perfect, right? That you have a specialty in preparing for people you love, to show your love for them, your concern for them, your connection to them, your whatever to them. It's to show how much you care about them. So when she was talking about how, the things that she makes, I found that interesting. And I really liked how she's such a mama's girl. I really do. Because of the fact that she's biracial. And to me, she looks black. I know y'all want to, go off over the fact about her skin being light. But honestly, my mother's skin is lighter than hers. And my grandmother's skin was definitely lighter than hers, because my grandmother's father was white. Okay? So looking at a woman like that is nothing to me, because I actually have 2 siblings that are half white, so I know what they look like up close and personal. And my own daughter has children by a Russian Turkish man, so I know what they look like up close, right? And then I also have cousins and other relatives that literally have married rednecks from down south. So I get it, right? But she looks black a lot, all right? And so I think that's what's really bothering everybody. And because people have these stereotypes about what they think, because they don't know, right? What they think black women are, they try to attribute all of the stereotypes and their implicit biases about black women to Megan. And Megan is none of those things. But she is a real black woman. In a sense, like, when she was laughing and joking around with her friend, whether it was scripted or not, you get a sense of her real character through what she's doing on the show, because it's not really that easy for people to fake something so long and hard to the point where it's convincing. So I did see that when she said a certain dish was her favorite dish to make, if you watch the show the way you should, paying attention to everything, you'll see that there were certain dishes she could get through the dishes at ease. Those were the ones that she probably normally makes, right? And then there were other dishes where she hesitated, or she had her friend assist her in the dishes. I was paying attention to all that. And it was also like, when you really cook the way black women do, like really cook, for those of you that don't know, we don't measure. Okay, we don't measure, right? We go by how stuff tastes and how we remember we did it, or how we were taught to do it, okay? So when I saw her doing that in the kitchen, when she was making a particular cake that she said was her favorite, right? She did that. And in her doing that, I was like, yeah, see, she letting all her blackness come out right now, because she in the kitchen cooking like everybody does. There's no measurement with us. We just put it in as much as we feel or much as we taste is right, and we keep moving. And when I saw her doing that, I said, yeah, see, they have a problem with this woman, because not only is she poised, she's very attractive to them. She has what everybody wants, which is this literally prince in real life. And because of white supremacy, and because of white women thinking that they really are better than black women and beautiful, which they are not, right? Not at all. And they know it too. This is why they hate her so much. They feel like she's not deserving of what she has. But they forget that this man chose her. She didn't choose him. She didn't put a gun to his head and, oh, you gonna marry me and you gonna have children with me. No. The other thing people seem to skip over, that they should already know is a given and be the actual default to this white man's attraction to Megan, is that she's a biracial black woman with almost white colored skin, right? And he gets, in his mind, what he thinks to be the best of both worlds, because he knows this is not really a white woman. So he's getting a black woman that can pass for white. She has all of the mannerisms, and the essence of being a black woman, meaning she has the feeling, the care, the love, the body rhythm. She could put that thing on him the way no white woman can. This is all what this man is getting, and he knows this, because if y'all don't think that white men do not tell each other about their escapades with black women from slavery to present, right, you would be seriously mistaken. Okay? And if you just even watch any of those old documentaries about like places where my women are from, my foremothers are from, Louisiana, right? If in Florida and places like that, and on my grandfather's side, Mississippi, all those black women were always like somebody's concubine, somebody's second wife, third wife, and everybody knew about it. Okay? It is because black women to these dudes are the epitome of these stereotypes white men create about us, like the Hottentotten, the sweet thing, the Jezebel, all these, everything is always sexually motivated, right? And the reason they do this is because of our bodies compared to other women, because we are the most muscular women on the planet, because our bodies are not made of as much fat as other women. So the body parts on us are way bigger, way curvier, way more, how can I put it? Substance, right? Than other women, right? Like our bodies are not just this fatty, flabby shit that is in the spaces of women, but it is actually sculpted. It is actually muscular, and it moves and works differently. And those are the things that these people are attracted to on us. As ignorantly, as primal as that sounds, that is the truth. Like, there was a book I read a long time ago, and I cannot remember. I'm trying to think of the name right now. It was a slave narrative book. I think it was something like The Day in the Incident in the Life of a Slave Girl or something like that. But I think that's the name of the title. I'm not certain, right? But this book I read was about a black woman that was just like Megan, right? Who ended up escaping and running to Canada and writing this book, writing about how these white men would take advantage of her sexually and violate her daily starting from 13 years old, just because of the fact that she was a biracial black woman that had the body and everything of a black woman, the facial features. The only difference was the very lightness of her skin and what they believe to be the texture of her hair. But they don't know nothing about black women, because black women can have hair as straight as white women and as coily and curly as whatever y'all are talking about with 4C, which I don't agree with that scale, because that gay dude came up with it, and I just don't agree with nothing black men have to say. So I know that's not correct, because there's not one person in my family that has the same texture hair, so I know he doesn't know what he's talking about. But y'all go with it if you want to. So anyway, that is what they do. So the whole thing about women, white women, with Megan is nothing but fucking jealousy. And they need to just give it a rest, because it's like, believe me, if he was looking for a white woman, he would have found one. He didn't want one. And then you have to also think about the fact that she wasn't like some poor woman working in the diner that he just happened to come in the diner and go, oh my God, look at this fine thing, let me go take her. She was already very rich, very much running in those circles. Don't forget, y'all, that English dude, what's his name? He used to have a TV show. Damn, I was getting ready to call him Pierce Bronson, but that's the actor. Pierce Morgan, I think his name is. He was trying to snatch up Megan first. But Megan was like, nah, I'm not messing with you. I'm gonna go have a date with the other dude, the other guy, which was the one she married, right? So they're getting upset with this woman because she's fortunate in life. Like she grew up, she became an actress, she was in a show, and being in that show led her to certain types of exposure, and due to certain types of exposure, now she's the, I don't even know what her title is, princess, right? So they got a problem with it, all because she's has an identifiable black mother. Now, if she would have had a black mother that may look like mine, right, where you go, yeah, she black, but I don't know, right? They would not have a problem with it. Because they always swear that black women that look like my mom have white mothers when they don't. Because they have stereotypes that black people all look the same, and that if they're not my complexion or darker, that they're not black people when they actually are. Without all this bullshit about, oh, they got to be mixed or have a different type of parent or bullshit. We're the original. We can make any color, any eye color, any hair texture, any body type, any other race of people. So it's just crazy bullshit. But anyway, I just found it funny that people have a problem with this woman, the white women, and the black women who are hating, right, about Megan, because I find her quite delightful. I like that lady. She has jokes. I didn't even think she was going to have jokes, but she does have jokes. And if any of you have not seen the show, do not let any of these haters stop you. This woman, when I watched that show, I've learned tricks about potpourri, so I'm getting down doing that. Some of the actual recipes that she has done on the show, I have made them already. I didn't make them as well as her, maybe with a little bit more practice, but I was digging that show, okay? I like how you know what the best part of her show is? She's always wearing like the fucking most expensive jewelry while she's cooking. And I'm like, now you know that's for the show. Because a good cook will always take off their jewelry and anything that could either drop in the food or get food in it. Because when you cooking, shit gets messy, right? So, but anyway, I like Megan. I like that show. And you know what? I think for black women now, if we could watch shit like what's it, Martha Stewart, you could damn sure watch Meghan Markle and let this woman do what she has to do with her life, because to me, I like her a lot because she's one of the first biracial black women that we see on TV that's part of the Crown and everything else that is not running from her blackness. This lady is grounded in her blackness. Whenever she's talking about going somewhere, being exposed to the public, being accepted by other, I don't know, any parts of the world, she's always talking about her mama. So that's letting you know that she's bringing her mother everywhere she goes, and she has an attitude of, if you accept me, then you're going to accept my black mama. And if you got a problem with her, then you got a problem with me. And that's how shit needs to be. Okay? So that's what I think the white women's problem really is because you could get away with, I guess they would get away with or be all right with accepting Megan if they didn't have a constant reminder of her mama that looks sort of like me. And I'm not talking about the color. I'm talking about the fact that we are both identifiably black. So, and baby, I wouldn't want to be nothing else, okay? Love this black life, all right? So, it's just really crazy, but they just jealous. Because believe me, that woman behind closed doors is not that stoic, going out of her way to really control herself all the time woman. I'm more than sure she could dance, sing, and everything else. She could crack jokes because she was doing it on the show. And she's probably really probably fun to be around. But that's what happens when you biracial and got a black mama. It's a different story the other way around, because then you ain't really black. You just mostly biracial. You know what I mean? And a lot of them have personal inner crisis and wounded inner childs, where they see their blackness as a human stain, whereas the biracial women like my grandmother and Megan, they see themselves as or through the lenses of their mom. You know what I mean? The symbolism of the black woman, because that is the womb they came from. And that makes all the difference with our biracial brothers and sisters, as I'm sure you are well aware, because they are on TikTok blowing it up all the time, trying to tell us about how they wish they had a black mama. So, shout out to Megan. White women, stop hating. Okay, nothing is ever going to change in life where black women are just not going to be more beautiful than you. Just suck it up, deal with it. Don't even worry about it, right? It is what it is. And just live your life. Be happy with what you do in life and who's doing you, and stop worrying about what she's doing, because she ain't worrying about you. She really ain't. And truth be told, she's happy that y'all are hating on her like that, because we know we the shit when all y'all hating. We know it. We know that anyway. But when you hate, it convinces us of it even more. We know, like, yeah, I got this shit now. Believe me, that's how we feel. Even at work. My black women know how it is when you go to work and people can't walk past your office without looking in or trying to see what you're doing, or every time you come in, checking what you're wearing, watching what you're doing with your hair, how your nails look this week. Listen, you can't compete where you don't compare, okay? So leave Megan alone, y'all. Leave her alone. She's the black princess, and she ain't the fucking only one. It's crazy, but I don't remember this princess's name. Y'all go look her up. But there is another black woman straight out of Africa who is like one of the richest women in the world, because her husband is like some Arabian prince, king, whatever the hell it is, owning half the damn world. Why y'all don't talk shit about her? She's equivalent to Megan. Why y'all ain't talking about her? Huh? Is it because that African lady's prince comes from Africa and Megan's prince comes from bullshit England? Like, what? The African lady has way more money and way more prestige than Harry. So why y'all not talking about her? Or do you even know about her? It's like 6 or 7 black princesses in this world. Or more. But anyway, those are the ones I know. So y'all need to leave Megan alone. For real. Leave her the hell alone. Or, throw your shade somewhere else, because she in the sun, baby. She in the sun. Alright, I'm going to go back to watching my little show here and chilling on my Sunday. Bye, black women.